A group of Israeli and Palestinian peace activists are urging the Israeli government to end the war in Gaza and secure the release of captives.
מסרבים להמשיך לקחת חלק בהרג ההמוני
ובהרס ובהשמדה של העם.
It's Time Coalition, it's called, and it's released a campaign calling for an immediate ceasefire and, quote, the building of security and dignity for both people. It describes itself as a group of 60 organizations working together with determination and courage to bring peace. Well, Mika Almog joins me now. She's from the coalition and she's in Nazareth. It's very good to have you with us. Mika, there's a line, it's the opening words, it struck me, of your video statement there. This is not our fate. It says we refuse to live forever by the sword. Presumably, the intent there is that there is no peace in this war and that it will only breed a sort of forever war.
Absolutely. I think no Israeli, no Palestinian have become more secure because of this war. This has in no way improved our current situation nor our future. I believe that the greatest problem at this point is that both Israelis and Palestinians, Jews and Arabs, are all of us being held hostage by extremists within our government, extremists in our leadership, people who are not acting on our behalf. And therefore, the It's Time Coalition, which is an unprecedented coalition bringing together 60 organizations, calling for peace, calling for a change in Israel, calling for the two-state solution to be revived, and calling first and foremost for an end to the war and the bloodshed, is of great significance, because the people in Israel, the camp that desires peace, is significantly bigger, wider, and more diverse than it appears to be. And we are here in order to create a platform that will make that voice heard and amplify it in a way that is appropriate and truly reflective of the huge public that we represent.
And rather poignantly, among your number are families who lost loved ones on October the 7th.
I am currently in Nazareth, in the old city of Nazareth, in a place called Fauzi House.
Yeah.
Just over here is standing a member of our coalition. Both his parents were killed on October 7th, and there are several people even right here in the building in the action that we're doing today on both sides of the conflict who have lost many, many family members on October 7th and who do not believe that more bloodshed and more killing will in any way improve our situation.
They disavow the idea of revenge. One quote I read, it will only destroy the future for all of us.
Revenge only ever breeds more revenge. It's an endless cycle of death, and we are drowning in death. On all sides, every single morning, the numbers are beyond perception, and this is doing damage that we will need generations in order to correct and to undo. And so the first thing that needs to happen is that the bloodshed must stop. We have to fight these extremists in our leadership on both sides. We have to bring the power back to the people who do not desire to live this way, who know that there is an alternative. And I can tell you, Jonah, that when I was a child, I just recently turned 50. And when I was a child, in the background of my childhood and adolescence, there was a peace process. And you were for it or you were against it, and it was much debated, but it was there as a North Star. It enabled us to see Israel not only through the prism of what it is, but through the prism of what it aspires to be. And we are currently in a situation where, in order to survive politically, Benjamin Netanyahu has created a government with the most extremist members of Israeli society who were always there. Extremists can never be made to disappear. They can be made to be where they belong, which is in the margins of society and not in our House of Representatives. And the most terrible, damaging thing that they've done to Israeli society is that whereas the conversation used to be about when and how and at what price we ought to make peace, but there was no doubt about the fact that we aspire to peace. The conversation now is about whether to even make peace or whether we should be occupying and taking over Palestine forever. And there are 7 million Israeli Jews in Israel, and there are 7 million Palestinians in Israel, and neither one is ever going anywhere. So the only thing that this government's aspirations can lead to is this forever war, and we refuse to continue having our children's blood spilled. We can refuse to continue spilling the blood of the children of others. We refuse to continue to support the dehumanization that is being done on both sides, and we refuse to continue to allow these extremists to hold both people hostage to their desires that can only breed more and more death.
Okay, Mika Almog.
So we welcome this initiative in New York, and we thank MBS. We thank the president of France, and any attempt to first and foremost stop the bloodshed is most welcome.
Thank you, Mika Almog, one of the leading members of the It's Time coalition calling for an immediate end to the war in Gaza.
Thank you very much, Jonah. Thanks for having me.
Don't miss out to get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.